Next speaker is going to be Davide Ascoli with the title Prescribed Burning Practice and Research in Italy. Davide?
Thank you. Good day, everybody. I represent here... sorry, it's switch off. Yeah. I represent here many people which belongs to the farm management working group of Italian Society of Silviculture and Forest Ecology. And this is the people involved in the prescribed burning program in Italy in the last decade. And they strongly believe that prescribed burning can ameliorate our farm management system. Why? Well, in Italy, wildfire are one of the major natural hazards. And if we see the yearly burnt area is comparable to that of France, Spain, and Portugal, all countries where prescribed burning is well established. And if we look at the distribution of wildfire in Italy, we see many territories with a high fire incidence. And if we take one, for example, we see hundreds of concentric fire perimeters. And we know that when wildfire assume this geometry, it is because there are rural fire uses such as pastoral fires that are not regulated. And if we consider the worst fire season in the last 30 years, in 2007, an official survey identified that almost one-third of these wildfires were due to rural fire uses that were not regulated. So we strongly believe that prescribed burning can be used to regulate pastoral fire uses and prevent dramatic seasons such as the one in 2007. Moreover, if we think that large periodical fire in Italy have a predictable spread pattern, such as this one here in Sardinia, well, we believe that prescribed burning can be used to maintain strategic fuel breaks, which can have a high leverage on wildfire extent and prevent values at risk. Moreover, if we consider that our farm management system is a complex relationship between regional forest services, civil protection, forestry corps and civil fire brigades, and a major component of the volunteer, and that this system remain inactive for a prolonged period because of the interannual variability in wildfire extent. So we believe that prescribed burning can be used to maintain this system operative and efficient. And then, if we consider human population changes in Italy in the last decade, which produced major changes in land cover, here in red, which created major extension in flammable forest and shrublands and the reduction of open habitats of protection value, well, we believe that prescribed burning can be used to maintain open large woodlands or heathlands or grassland with orchids as example. For all these reasons, prescribed burning has been regulated in the last 20 years in Italy in both regional laws, regional farm management plan, and in the national parks. And an analysis of this regulation identified that prescribed burning is mainly considered as a fuel management technique, while other objectives are underrepresented, such as grazing management or habitat conservation. And if we look at the contents of the regulation, we see that most documents define the authorization process, but very few regulate who is liable for prescribed burning. And we know this is a major limitation. Despite limitation, this rule allowed to carry out many experiences throughout Italy in the last decade. And we have experiences for grazing management to solve the conflict between shepherds and the forest service, such as here in Sardinia in 2008. And here we are in Campania, in a moment in which the shepherd is explaining and discussing with land managers and researchers and the forest service that is not really open, how to burn a shrubland for grassland management. And then we have experiences of prevention of unplanned fire in both Northeast Alps and Northwest. And then we have experiences of fuel management in strategic fuel breaks, such as this one of 2 kilometers in 2011 in Sardinia, or this case here at the wild and urban interface in Campania. Experiences of understory burning in Mediterranean pine forest and also in other forest types, such as this one at 2,000 meters above sea level in large woodlands and in broadleaf forests such as oaks, chestnut, and eucalypt forest. But we do not have only experiences. We have also some first prescribed burning plans, such as this one in Tuscany, in a very flammable forested area in the province of Siena, where they plan to maintain strategic fuel breaks of 27 kilometers in 4 years with a combination of thinning and mechanical treatment and prescribed burning. And this type of burn aims to reduce the very flammable understory and are of moderate intensity and require a very good training of the fire personnel. And the Tuscany region is doing very well in their training program to create a fire professional that can manage such a difficult burn. And the people that you see there on my right are most of these people that came here to learn how you are using prescribed burning in your country. And yeah, the training program has been a major component in Italy, often with the help of experts from other European countries. And then we did also research with an increasing number of studies since 2004. An example is here, for example, in northwest Italy, when we have a program of prescribed burning for the conservation of heathlands and to limit and control tree encroachment by aspen and birch, which outcompete the heathlands vegetation. And so we apply prescribed burning and prescribed browsing for treatments for 5 years, like frequent fire, yearly browsing, prescribed burning one time, and prescribed burning plus yearly browsing. And these are the results. This is a principal component analysis of vegetation characteristics. On the first axis, you see a heathland gradient of recovering, and on the second axis, a tree encroachment gradient. You have the trajectories of the 4 treatments from a pre-treatment condition up to 5 years after the treatment. And you can see that burning plus browsing was able to recover the heathland and control tree encroachment, because prescribed burning top-kill trees while browsing control root suckering, and the heathland is not browsed and the vegetation recover after fire. Another example is here in a very flammable part of the National Park of Cilento in southern Italy, where we work at the wild and urban interface, 3 prescribed burn of low intensity and 2 control plots. And here is you see major changes in the understory fuels, where we have here Ampelodesmos mauritanicus and Erica arborea among the most flammable species in the Mediterranean area. And you see that after the burn, they were not able to resprout because of a very closed canopy cover. And so we were able to change the forest structure and reduce the vertical flammability of a mixture of dead and live fuel, which support an intense surface fire in the control plot, which was assessed with Piero Pinos by Paolo Fernandez. He was presented this tool yesterday, of about 6,000 kilowatt meters, which can initiate a crown fire. While in the control plot, while in the prescribed burning plot, we have a major reduction of the fuel continuity, and the surface fire was estimated to be below 700 kilowatts per meters. At this site, we did also Dendro studies, and for example, after a burn, they found an increase in the growth of the pine stands in comparison to the control. But we did also information to the public. So if you digit Fuoco Prescritto Italia on Google, actually you will find many information about prescribed burning targeted to our citizens. And after the talk this morning of Tina, well, I realized that actually we created our filter bubble. Because in 2014 we were able to saturate the first 10 pages of Google with valuable information on prescribed burning. And then the media started to be interested in prescribed burning, and we also produced a number of videos on YouTube where people could get information, and they were visited more than 5,000 times in the last 3 years, mostly by Italians. So, in conclusion, prescribed burning in Italy, is it worth the trouble? Many regions have stopped their prescribed burning program because of lack of regulation, risk-adverse policies, environmental concerns, and poor ecological knowledge. However, we see here Campania region and above all Tuscany region that is investing a lot on prescribed burning, and I'm honored to represent here today the work of these guys that are here and that came here to learn and bring back home best practices. And also all these people for the Working Fire Management Group of the Caesar Society is working to improve our knowledge, and I'm sure that at the next prescribed burning conference we will be able to bring new knowledge gained in Italy. And thanks for the attention.
Thank you so much, Davide. Are there questions? We have time for 2 or 3. Come on. Nobody? We'll keep to the end.
Yeah, you are welcome to Italy. If, above all, researchers that are interested in understanding and making experiments together, we are very, very open, because I believe that what yesterday Paolo was saying, that we need to improve the research in Europe, and think that Italians researchers are open. All these people are researchers also, and so we would like to be involved in the prescribed burning programs, research programs in Europe. So consider that also Italy is working on prescribed burning. Thanks.
Thank you.